welcome everyone to this week's Virtue's Brand of Wrestling on thebigvitobrand.com. And I am Virtue here, ready to talk about wrestling. I'm not quite ready yet to reveal the new Versus show. Hopefully that we'll get through to you with Big Vito and I debating wrestling. But we are going to be working on that in the next month or so to come. And like I said, we might do it every week. We might do it a couple times a month. We will see. What do I want to talk about this week? So since AEW, All Elite Wrestling, has been announced, the dirt sheet writers, the wrestling smarks on the internet, etc., 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 all they are doing is speculating for every disgruntled current WWE superstar and who might be leaving the company. Okay, I'm not saying that some of these wrestlers won't eventually not re-sign with WWE. But there's no way in hell that WWE is going to release anybody from their contracts they currently have, unless there's a scandal, like what Enzo, something like that. WWE is going to at least make you work or send you home and pay you, but they're not going to let you go do anything until you're officially not contracted with them anymore. And I'm not sure if they still do that 90-day no-compete clause after the contract is over. I'm not sure how that goes. Well, you can't really keep independent contractors from work. So, but nonetheless, we've heard names like The Revival, Mike and Maria Kanellis. Interestingly enough, Mr. Satin, Maria Kanellis was in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Now we're hearing Dean Ambrose. WWE's so the Stooge leaked whatever to Wade Keller or whoever reported it first. I think it was a Torch that after WrestleMania, Dean Ambrose is leaving the company. Well, we saw on Raw, he came out, wanted a match against Seth Rollins. Triple H was out there, very, very condescending to Triple H, which was a work. WWE is not going to allow that to happen unless it's a work on live television. So it was very, very condescending, Dean Ambrose to Triple H, which I liked, which was good. Ended up having the match with Rollins, jobbed out to him. Curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. Went to cut a Kevin Owens-like promo sitting in a chair in the middle of the ring. Nia Jax came out. Okay? Nothing really happened from there. So speculation is that Dean Ambrose is leaving WWE. Now WWE's even saying it's true. Look, why would WWE announce any of that stuff unless it's a work? If there's something going on and wrestlers and talent are not happy with the company, you're not going to hear about it. Like I said, they're either going to grind you to the ground until your contract is over, send you home and keep paying you. They're not going to let you go. Remember that whole angle, CM Punk's leaving with the WWE title in 2011 after the pipe bomb? Look how that ended up being, like a 3-year run of superstardom for CM Punk. Now, I'm not saying Dean Ambrose, come April, May, whenever, will not still be with WWE. He might be gone. This might be true. But the way I see it, especially with all these rumors, because now AEW is around, so all these wrestlers are flocking to leave. No, people still want to work for WWE to make the money. Once they feel they're comfortable financially and they're not given the creative freedom that they want, or they hate their direction of their character, that's when maybe I could see them not re-signing. But be serious, people. If you're starting to believe this now, just because another wrestling organization with a billionaire backer is now on the horizon, and you think all these people are just going to leave just like that, WWE holds the cards, okay? They hold the cards. Will some talent not re-sign? Absolutely. Will some of those talent probably end up in AEW? Absolutely. But until they're not with WWE, shut the F up. Don't talk about it. That speculation is BS. If it was known that Ambrose's contract expired and he didn't re-sign, and then we know he's officially a free agent, then start talking about it. Then get excited. But while he's still with WWE, and as all the others that we're hearing rumors, you could get worked to death with this. And I hope something's going on with this. I hope that this is a work. And whether they're going to let Ambrose become like a CM Punk figure or just to build up a match with Triple H at Mania or whatever they're going to do, I hope it's a work. So everybody that reported it looks like stupid. And of course, all the dirt sheets that reported it would end up saying, well, it turned out it ended up being a work, or Dean Ambrose ended up signing late because he was interested in the new direction. Bullshit. You just want to create buzz so your little smarks that pay for your little sites come flocking to you for answers. Absolute. This is just BS. So I will not believe in any of it until it happens. If come after WrestleMania, end of April, and Ambrose is gone from WWE, and then we start hearing buzz or he shows up in AEW, then there you go. He's officially there. But until then, while he is under contract with WWE, shut the F up, you stupid dirt sheet, smark, rat bags. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm sure everybody on the Big Vito brand that we're all going to agree with this. Like, this is a topic I don't even think we would rant on, me and Vito, because we probably would both agree. Like the Revival, I could understand they all want to leave WWE, right, to get to the main event somewhere else, but they're still making money. And like I said, wrestlers might not re-sign at some point, but while they are still under contract, stop talking about them leaving. It's ridiculous. Now the fact WWE is announcing it, dude, if this was the case, they'd probably just send Ambrose home or job him out, or they wouldn't mention, oh, he's leaving. But they want the attention. They want people to start talking about it. Because then if they pull the wool over your eyes and do something special with Ambrose, ha. And again, I'm not saying he's not leaving, but just seriously, stop talking about it. Like, I'm sick of all of these people on the internet and these dirt sheets. Now, anybody that's not utilized properly on TV or you don't even see on TV, they all want it released. They all want to leave WWE. They all are interested in going elsewhere. Come on. What you will do for news, it's cringeworthy. It's ridiculous. And I'm almost afraid now for some of these wrestlers that don't re-sign with WWE and say they do go to All Elite Wrestling, because what's going to happen is once AEW builds up a roster, right, and it starts growing and growing, guess what's going to happen there? Just like in WCW, politics, right? That's exactly what's going to happen. How is that company, how is Cody and the Young Bucks and the Khans going to be prepared to handle that? Vince, you might be Cena and you might be able to talk your way up into an angle, but WWE nixes all of that. I mean, granted, Vince went through all of that and wrestlers jockeying for position backstage for years. But in today's modern day, WWE might think, or the superstars that are there that might think there's greener pastures elsewhere. I'm telling you, AEW with a billionaire involved, there's money. Care what their pay structure is, what they say they're going to do and be evolutionary, revolutionary health benefits. I'm telling you, there's going to be some issues that crop up with that. That's uncharted territories in the wrestling business. And if wrestlers think that's going to end all be all promotion and they all want to go there, well, what happens when you end up with a roster of over 30 people that all think they're going there to get their moment, and then AEW doesn't do that? Because you still can't push everybody the way everybody, all wrestlers in their mind think they're main eventers. But when it's all said and done, only a few of them end up being that. So one day I want to see AEW grow. I would love to see what ends up happening down the road with that backstage environment. I mean, look, WCW imploded. ECW could never get under that indie niche cult small venue atmosphere. Meanwhile, WWE, even when they were threatened in TV ratings and Vince was losing money in 95, WWE rolled right along and still kicked everybody's ass and bought up everybody of that era and now they're a global entity with a stock over $80 a share. And am I a WWS man? Nope. I just calls them like I sees them. I state the damn obvious. And the internet, my Twitter feed, at NoDQ_virtue, by the way, is blowing up. People saying, oh my God, another potential disgruntled WWE talent that wants to leave. AEW, here we come. AEW, here we come. Main eventer, Zack Ryder's going to go there down the road and become the main champion. Sick. It's ridiculous. Why would you ever root for anybody to a company even just because you don't like the way they do things? Why would you root for anybody to fail? Okay, so you want WWE to fail with these disgruntled talents so they leave. So AEW gets a bigger roster because you want AEW to beat WWE, because if they beat WWE and threaten Vince McMahon, then Vince McMahon might have no choice but to give us what we want. Well, he didn't give you what you want. You just got Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, the winners of the Royal Rumble matches. 2 indie darlings. Those are your people. WWE is taking to WrestleMania and main events. What do you mean, what we want? Some people just don't get television. It's not always about 30-minute matches. Come on. It's sports entertainment. Do I like me a good wrestling match every now and again where it's, drama and it goes a while and this and that? Yeah. But the days, I'm just sick of 1,000 finishers. Kick out after kick out. Death-defying moves. And it was cool when the WCW Cruiserweights did it because it was confined into one little division on a show that gave you variety. And WWE tried it with their light heavyweight division. Taka Michinoku, yeah, S.A. Rios. Didn't really go over too well there. But there's so much. There's just so much to sit back and let play out. And then as we see it unfold, then you can comment. If Dean Ambrose doesn't re-sign with WWE and joins AEW and faces Jericho or faces Pac or Hangman Page or Cody Rhodes, then let's talk about it then. But until then, stop with this speculation. Stop with putting this promotion that hasn't even got a TV deal or had an event other than an all-in event before it was actually AEW. Stop making it a big deal like it's this WWE is going to crash and burn. If it wasn't for the World Wrestling Entertainment Federation, whatever you want to call it, you smarks wouldn't be New Japan fans, wouldn't be Ring of Honor fans, wouldn't be AEW fans. WWE, Vince McMahon Sr., they all set this in motion to make this industry something big, okay? And for the fact that you hate every little thing that WWE does today, you wouldn't be watching wrestling if it wasn't for that company and that family. That's all I'm going to say. It is what it is. Like Captain Spaulding says, calls them like I sees them. You see, I have the abominable snowman back here. Of course, if you're just listening, you're wondering, what the heck's going on? We only hear Virtue talk. Hollywood Hogan, brother. So I get so frustrated because I like to be excited about things when a movie comes out. You like the trailer, right? But I get excited when I watch the trailer for those 2 minutes. Then when it's over, I wait until the damn movie comes out. If somebody asks me, are you excited to see it? I'll answer them. But I'm not going to go out there every day. Hey, do you think, hey, who's, jumping, going there? What? Oh, could he be the champion? How about those matches? Oh, they'll be happy. Young Bucks revival. Yeah. I hope you understood that. See, Bobby the Brain Heenan is on my shirt. Again, if anybody ever wants to see these videos, because I don't know if Noelle posts them on YouTube anymore. Not many people went over there to see them, and YouTube's all effed up anyway. So I don't know if she's going to end up putting videos on her page, on the BigVitoBrand.com page, as an alternate to the audio podcast. But if you ever want to see the videos after you listen to this, There's a way I can always hook you up if you tweet me at @NoDQ_virtue, because I do these on my YouTube page, which really isn't a page. This is my means of recording these so I can get the content to Noel. But I can always show, there's always a way to show you the video. So let me do my movie of the week. I live in Northeast Ohio, and it is January 29th, 2019. It is colder than an MFer. We're going to have the polar blast or the Arctic funnel or whatever they call it, the Arctic polar vortex. So we're going to have like negative temperature on top of the wind chill. We're going to get like 30 below with wind chill. I know this isn't Christmas time anymore, and I might have done this in the past. This is the Krampus movie that was at theaters. When I watched it the first time, the way it started, the first 30 minutes, I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, I saw this monster thing, this snow globe, and then I watched the whole movie. Wow. This is one of those scary horror movies, holiday movies, wintertime, cold blizzard movies that to me will stand the test of time. It's awesome. I loved it. It's funny. It's dark. It's scary. It's all of it. So all I can suggest is if you have not seen Krampus, now there's a lot of fakes out there, or not fakes, but not the original theater ones. You can watch those if you want, but I suggest watch the theatrical one that has actors in it from other movies. I don't know who some of these actors are, but they've been in other movies. But it is fantastic. And all I can say is the gingerbread cookies, but I don't want to spoil it for you. So yes, Krampus is my movie of the week because it's cold. So make sure you check that out if you have not. Going on my other channel, so from NoDQ.com, I do Virtues Rage, so you can go over there on NoDQ.com and check out my Virtues Rage videos every week where I talk about WWE with the big G. A couple times a month, I'll do a video for WrestlingWithWrestling.com. That's Andre Corbeil's site. Give me another week or two. I'll have some new content up over there. Every week I do the Virtues brand of wrestling here on thebigvitobrand.com, and I'm going to keep hyping it up, and then it's going to eventually happen. You know how WWE does with promos, like they did with Emelina, even though that never happened, with Brodus Clay, and they just drag it on and on. Virtue versus Vito is happening. I know he's got a hectic work schedule, so we got to figure out a time. I'm going to contact him. We're going to figure out the best time to do our recording and decide if it's a weekly project, a monthly project, a bi-weekly project, whatever. But it is coming. I guarantee you that, and that'll be fun. I got to make sure we have topics that I know we're going to disagree on. He's going to give you the worker perspective from someone that worked for all the major companies. I'm going to give you the fan, smarky podcast perspective that's attempted a little bit of indie wrestling at the small level, backyard stuff. So the worlds will collide, and it's going to be fun. So that's coming at some point here in early 2019. So that's all I got for this week. So I thank the Big Vito brand, Noel, Vito, the entire channel, thebigvitobrand.com, for letting Virtue be part of your experience here. It is great. It is fun. I know wrestling isn't what it used to be, but I've talked about this before. You got the smarks, you got the casuals. I'm somewhere right in between, and I see visions of both. And if I could ever work for a wrestling company, not that I would want to, I have a good career, I would like to be in creative, and I would like to do what I can do to cater to both, to get both people invested into the show. The more people, the more eyeballs, different types of fans, more money that's made, more intrigue, more interest. But it's just nothing I would ever pursue, because I've heard so many horror stories from Vince Russo, Big Vito, Noel, everyone that's worked in the wrestling business. It takes years off your life. So I like doing what I do, and then being just a YouTuber, podcaster, and columnist, blogger, vlogger, that kind of stuff. So that's it. Follow me on Twitter, people, @NoDQ_Virtue. You can go there and ask me anything, and you can see all my other outlets there because I always tweet and talk about them. So let's start up some conversation. That's all I have for this week. So for thebigvitobrand.com, I am Virtue. See ya next time.
This has been a production of the Big Vito Brand. Check us out on thebigvitobrand.com.